everyone, welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. I'm ShadowDTV and this is part 2 of our data mined look at. So we're looking at data mined cards from Marvel Snap. We went through a bunch of them in my last data mine video. So we're going to take a look at some more cards. There's lots to get through, so there might be a part 3 and even a part 4 of this. So stay tuned for those. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss them. Alright, let's get straight into it. First up, we've got Elsa Bloodstone. So at the end of each turn, if you're winning this location, +1 power. This is a 1 cost, 1 power card. So let's think, I guess you're playing this turn 1. And then at the end of, say, assume you win all of them, you're going to get this to 7 power. Pretty good. Like 1 cost getting to 7 power is kind of pretty crazy. I actually think this is a pretty decent card. I can't really think of any like perfect use of this card, like in a specific deck or anything. Just seems like a pretty strong 1 cost card. Doesn't have on reveal or ongoing, so you can't really abuse those with things like Odin or Onslaught or anything like that. But I think just overall it's a pretty decent ability. The artwork's actually really cool as well. Really nice artwork there. I want to give this, I'm trying to think out of 5. Let's say I'm probably going to give this a 4 out of 5. Let's actually, you know what, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 purely because I can't really see where it fits in, what kind of deck it fits into. It might just be, you know, one of those cards where if you're missing a slot and you need a 1 cost, you can just throw Elsa in there. I guess Kazar also buffs this as well. Yeah, I think it's just fine. Cool, we've got Ghost Spider. This is a 2 cost card for 2 power. On reveal, move the last card you played here. This is actually really interesting. I'm trying to think how this works. So on reveal, move the last card you played. Oh, sorry, move the last card you played here. So you'd play Ghost Spider. Okay, that's actually, yeah, this is actually quite cool. So in a move deck, something like Vulture, then you play Ghost Spider, and then Vulture will move to Ghost Spider's location. I can see some cool synergies. You've got multiple men as well. I actually think this is a really good card. For a move deck, it's a 2 cost, so you can play it like kind of, you know, turns 4, 5, and turns 4 and 5. If you're not playing Heimdall, you can also play this on turn 6. I reckon this is a 5, to be honest. 5 out of 5. Just thinking of all the kind of synergies that you can do with this card. Really cool artwork again. I'm loving the Marvel Snap artwork. Some crazy talented artists that have been brought in for all of this artwork. 5 out of 5 for Ghost Spider, guys. All right, we've got here Jean Grey, 3 cost, 3 power. On reveal, the next card your opponent plays must be played here if possible. That's a very interesting ability. 3 power for 3 cost is just fine. The next card your opponent plays must be played here if possible. So Jean Grey will reveal the next card they play must be played here. So I'm just trying to grasp if that means, so like if they've already played cards, they're obviously not moving there. I'd interpret this as the next card they play has to be played there. Quite interesting. I guess you could foil your opponent's plan. I think of something like if your opponent plays a Wong and then Mystique, and then the next turn they're planning to play cards there. Or if, for instance, they play Wong and you go, okay, turn 5, they're going to play Mystique. I guess you could play Jean Grey at a location to force them to, I guess you could foil their plan. I think it's a fine card. I guess it can counter a few strategies. Other than that, it's not really doing a whole lot for your side of the board. But I think the ability is kind of cool. Probably going to give Jean Grey a 3 out of 5. Ability is cool, but it's very, I guess, it depends on the case that you're playing it. Next up, we've got Kitty Pryde. 1 cost for 2 power. And the ability is you can pull this back to your hand at any time. This is actually quite interesting. First thing that comes to mind again is something like Angela and Bishop. Play this, put it back into your hand. If you've got, you know, you've played, you know, turn 3, you've only got a 2 cost card you want to play, you can play Kitty Pryde again. So it's quite interesting. I don't think it's like absolutely broken or anything. I don't think it's like super powerful. I'm just thinking if you've got 1 cost cards in your hand, you're drawing them, you'd probably just playing those with better abilities. I think Kitty Pryde probably a 2 out of 5. It is an interesting ability though. I feel like there's probably a synergy out there that could be like a little bit broken with this maybe. I'm not too sure, but for now I'm giving that a 2 out of 5. Alright, we've got Lady Deathstrike. On reveal, destroy the enemy card with the highest power at this location. 6 cost, 4 power. Now the ability is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Shang-Chi, but it's a guaranteed like kill. So you're definitely killing... actually, you know what? It's actually, now that I think about it, like if they've got like a 20 power Apocalypse and you reveal Lady Deathstrike, you're going to kill that Apocalypse, which is pretty cool. But I then think of something like Shang-Chi could kill multiple 9 power or higher cards. So I feel like this is kind of just like a worse version of Shang-Chi. I guess if you're, losing a location by, say that your opponent's filled a location and you're losing it by that 1 card, there's a, let's say there's like a 10 power card there that you're going to lose to. I guess Lady Deathstrike could, guarantee you that location. I feel like there's better ways to just win a location on turn 6 though, and other cards that you'd rather play. But I can see like a use case in like a control deck for Lady Deathstrike. Artwork's actually really, really, really neat. The frame break there is really cool as well. Probably going to give Lady Deathstrike a 3 out of 5. I can definitely see the use for Lady Deathstrike, but it doesn't really jump out to me as like a super strong 6-drop. But again, probably in a control deck, definitely could win you that last location on turn 6. Alright, we've got Legion, 5 cost, 4 power. On reveal, change other locations into this location. Now, this is a very interesting card. The ability is really, really cool. I really like the ability. The only issue is that being a 5 cost card means you're probably not getting a whole you're probably not getting a ton of use out of those locations. I can't really think of any like cases that is going to be a huge benefit to you. I'm just trying to think. Like like obviously depending on what type of deck you're playing this in, there's going to be locations where it's going to benefit you if all the locations are the same. I guess things like the highest card gets plus whatever if you've got really big cards on every location, something like that, or every card gets +1 each turn and you filled the board, something like that. So I can definitely see some cool synergies. I can't imagine it being too crazy being a 5 cost card. Probably going to give Legion a 2 out of 5. But I can definitely see some really, really broken combos with it when everything aligns, I guess. Okay, Luke Cage. Really cool character, Luke Cage. Cool artwork. He's ripping the door off there with his super strength. So Luke Cage is a 2 cost, 1 power. Ongoing, your cards can't have their power reduced. It's an interesting ability. It's ongoing. I think just like a I guess a power reducing mechanic isn't super heavily used in Marvel Snap at the moment. You've got things like Spider-Woman. I'm trying to think of other cards that have that ability. Like Spider-Woman does it on quite a large... Well, actually, now that I think about it, it says your cards can't have their power reduced. So it's not just cards in play. So I guess that also stops things like Scorpion. Okay, it does have a few uses, I guess. Being 1 power is kind of lackluster. Like I said, if you're coming up against a deck that's, reducing power, probably a powerful card. But when you're not, it's pretty average. If it had a bump in power, it'd probably be, I guess, maybe a bit more useful. But as it is now, I can't really see it being that strong. Probably going to give it a 2 out of 5 for Luke Cage. Really cool character, but cards are just a little lackluster, unfortunately. Alright, now apologies, I'm absolutely going to butcher this pronunciation. M'Baku. If this is in your deck after the final turn, it jumps to a random location. 1 cost, 2 power. Interesting ability. Artwork's pretty neat. I like the artwork. They've got the power stance there. I can't really... just thinking about it, generally you're going to draw this card more often than not. And if it jumps to a random location, 2 powers probably not doing anything crazy for you, to be honest. I guess it is a free card that you get to play. But the fact that it's only 1 power makes it like cool. So you're getting turn 6, you're essentially getting 7 power instead of 6. And you also don't get to choose where the card goes. Seems pretty average to me. Probably giving it a 2 out of 5 as well. Yep. All right. We've got, this is really, really cool artwork. We've got Makari here. Makari zero cost. We don't have a lot of 0 cost cards. We've got Wasp, comes to mind. 2 power. When you draw this, place it at a random location. So I guess that kind of explains the 0 cost. Interesting card. I'm trying to think of a use case for the ability. When you draw this, place it at a random location. Like the ability is fine, I guess. Like you draw it, you play it, but then you're not getting a card in hand. And I also think if it clogs up a location that you need to play cards at, also really bad. It's not getting buffed by things like Kazar. Seems kind of bad. I can't see like a good synergy that I would want to have this card in my deck. Definitely going to give Makari a 1 out of 5. When I give cards really bad ratings, I'm always like, you watch this come to bite me in the butt when it comes out and there's a super broken synergy. But I think it's just a fine card. I think it's just a really, really poor card, to be honest. Artwork's neat, but I guess 0 cost. I guess you're drawing it with, now that I just think about it, you are drawing it with Jane Foster, which would mean you just get to play a free 2 power. So I guess it would go into like a Thor Jane Foster deck. But I can't see it being like a super like important card. The deck would probably run fine without it. But I guess having more 0 cost cards could come into play in the future. So I guess who knows? Probably ends up broken for all I know. I think guys, we've gone through a bunch of cards there. I know these videos are quite long going through so many cards, but I do like to like go a little bit, I like to have a little discussion about them. We could just breeze through and do a tier list, but I do like to discuss my thoughts on the cards. So yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more contents. We're probably going to have a part 3. We're definitely going to have a part 3, possibly 4, even more. We still got a ton of cards to get through. Of course, we've also got other videos like gameplay, deck profiles, things like that. So make sure you check that out. And if you enjoy podcasts, go and check out the Infinite Snap podcast. Me and my co-hosts have been doing that every week, talking everything Marvel Snap, having a ton of fun with it. So make sure you go and do that. Other than that, guys, it's been great chatting. It's been great going through these cards with you. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.